The desk mat I'm holding is over $100, which feels excessive. But with its avant-garde design and a dash of technology, could it genuinely be worth that startling price tag? Let's crack open the box and find out. Inside the box is the body of the desk mat, which is the platform for your mouse and keyboard. Accompanying it is a sleek dual wireless charging pad and a USB-C cable, no power brick included. Let's park the body to the side for a moment because the highlight of the ALTI desk mat is the wireless charging panel, which houses two wireless charging pads. Front and center is a raised circular puck designed for phone charging. It contains a 15-watt fast charging coil that supports all Android Qi compatible devices up to 15 watts and iPhones 12 to 15, which are capped to 7.5 watts. Plus, it's MagSafe compatible. Above that, we have a slightly recessed 5-watt pad designed for charging your wireless earbuds, smartwatches, or other low wattage accessories. It can also charge phones, just at a more leisurely rate than the larger pad below. Both charging pads can be actively charging at the same time. There's a white indicator LED that is constant when inactive and pulsates when actively charging a device. Using it is as simple as plug and play. I'd say the hardest part is deciding where you want to put it. It's modular and can act as a standalone charging pad placed anywhere on your desk, which is actually viable because it has a slender profile compared to most wireless chargers. Or it can be attached to the side of the desk mat via magnets. It can only attach to the stitched side of the desk mat, which can be on the left or the right depending on which way you orient the mat. It's not hot swappable because of the dance required to rotate the mat and shuffle your peripherals around. The reason Journey didn't include magnets on both sides is because the two layers are meant to create a flap for storage. You can tuck away your mail, bills, IDs, business cards, and so on, and declutter your desk. I found the credit card will cause a bit of a lump in the surface, but not enough to interfere with your mouse tracking. And there's enough space here to where you can place them out of the way of your mouse entirely. I find this feature to be a bit gimmicky because it's only a cut above shoving things under the mat or in a drawer. What isn't gimmicky, however, is that it's double-sided and reversible. One side is a vegan leather mat that is surface treated to be water resistant. On the flip side, there is a pressed felt mat. So you effectively get two mats in one, which allows you to choose the surface texture and aesthetic you wish to vibe with. I've always been partial to Glorious gaming mats as they have a great wrist feel and mouse tracking, but their black woven cloth isn't the most elegant, nor is it the easiest to clean, especially after it soaks in skin cells, oil, and sweat. The ALTI mat, however, especially its vegan leather side, hits that premium and sophisticated mark that I'm after. And it's also easy to wipe down. The edges are beveled, which gives it an element of depth. The texture is smooth but grippy and is similar to the wrap on the wireless charging panel. It's a thin layer with a squishy but stable feel as it's reinforced by the felt mat underneath. There's quite a bit of mouse resistance. While adequate for general computing tests, I found it falls short for gaming. The felt side is much thicker and also feels quality. There's not a lot of loose fibers poking out, which makes it smooth, plus the coloring is even. The mat is 30.7 inches wide and 14.6 inches tall. There's also a slim version that is 32.6 inches wide and 11.8 inches tall. The thickness of the mat is in line with the thickness of the charging panel at around 0.15 inches, which is a bit thicker than a lot of mats. All of the edges are rounded, including the edges of the charging panel. My biggest issue with this desk mat is the width, or rather lack thereof. Fitting a full-size keyboard like the Corsair K100 and a mouse feels a bit claustrophobic, leaving me only 6 inches from my mouse and hand if I scoot the keyboard all the way to the edge. That said, it does fit smaller keyboards more comfortably. This G915 10 keyless, for example, fits nicely. While the slim version of the mat grants an extra 2 inches of width, I still don't think that's enough. It would be nice to have an extra 4 to 6 inches. I also wish they had engineered a way to embed the magnets on both sides of the mat to avoid the dance of needing to remove your peripherals and rotate the mat to change charging sides. Stitching both sides closed with the magnets seems as if it would accomplish this and still allow for a hideaway to slide documents in from the bottom. It doesn't have a strong grip on the desktop, which can result in accidental movement. A lot of mats have a rubber bottom to combat this. While the charging panel does have a textured bottom to anchor it a bit better, it can still slide around, and when detached, it loses that extra stability. The inclusion of some thin rubber pads to throw under the second document hideaway would have made a world of difference. The phone charging pad can run quite hot. I believe it's fairly common knowledge that wireless charging generates heat, but the degree of heat on this has scared me at times when I've picked up my phone and the back of the case is scalding. Other times I've accidentally rested my arm on top of the pad after removing my phone. The panel is built with materials to withstand the heat, but it's an uncomfortable hazard to have so close to your hands. So the question we're all asking now, is it worth it? Let's crunch some numbers. On the website, the ALTI wireless charging desk mat has a hefty price tag of $129.99. However, it seems to have a perpetual 20% discount, which brings it down to just over $100 shipped. You can technically pick up a 15-watt wireless charger on Amazon for as low as $15, but a quality one with dual zone charging leads more towards the $30 to $50 range. Couple that with the price of a quality desk mat, which can range between $15 and $60, you've got a potential ceiling of $110. The ALTI mat doesn't exactly champion the pinnacle of quality in either category, but considering its combination of good quality, reversibility, convenience, utility, and aesthetic, I think it barely squeaks by as a worthy purchase. I've enjoyed using it in my workspace for the past couple of months. The charging pad is undeniably an elegant approach to decluttering your workspace due to its slender profile and convenience over bulkier options. The mat itself is of good quality. The vegan leather side especially blends well with the matte black of most of my peripherals, and the stylish additions like the beveled edges and the matching charging panel make it visually appealing. Aesthetically, it's exactly what I was looking for. However, the mat's limited width kills my range of motion when using my daily driver keyboard, and when gaming, the mouse resistance and mouse tracking doesn't feel that great. It will likely maintain its post on my desk when I'm using wireless or compact peripherals. Otherwise, I foresee myself detaching the charging panel and swapping it out for my trusty, glorious gaming mat. I've dropped a link and the 20% coupon code in the description and pinned comments below if you're interested. If you have a passion for desk gadgets that enhance your productivity, then I've reviewed one of my favorites in this video.